something, or is it just something that we talk about in the meeting?
It's something that you guys talk about. Last year. The Kiwis are the current world champions and Four Nation holders. Bill Webb's what we're playing for tomorrow night. It's a new year, new game, and we want to just win it just as much as they do.
So you don't think you're playing for the number one position in the game, or are they currently hold it?
No, I think one-off games, you can't sort of, I think, claim the title of the world's best if you won a one-off game. But we're not. I think we're playing for that trophy. You know, that's what we're out there tomorrow night to try and win.
Darren and Benji, as players, would you like the match to be moved after Origin, or maybe removed from the calendar altogether and just have the end of season?
I think at the moment, as Stephen said, the season's pretty crammed. The schedule's pretty crammed up. I think going forward, I think the Anzac Test is a great concept. It'd be nice if it was a standalone game, but that can't be done in the short term. But I think long term, this game, City Country maybe played Friday night and then us play a day game on Sunday. I think you'd get a good atmosphere, good crowd. It'd be good for that Anzac spirit.
Looking long term, as you said, 2015 around. I'll
have to lose my birth certificate for that. I think that's a great idea. I know there's a lot of things that have to fall into place for it to happen, but I think the players would look forward to that. And there's a lot of people from both countries that'll be over there at that time, so I'm sure we get the right crowd and it'd be exciting.
You guys are having this mid-year test?
How do I explain it? I think, as Benji said before, that their teams look very different every Anzac Test. As we've been a bit more stable, but it's changing for them now. And I've always, in any tournaments where the Kiwis have been together for any longer than a few weeks, they've always finished strongly, as we've seen the last few years. But they're a lot more stable with their team now, and I think our work's a lot more difficult this time around than the past.
What are your thoughts on him?
Yeah, he is pretty relaxed, but he's been good. There's 6 Indigenous boys in our team, so they've been keeping pretty tight, those boys. And when they get together, they're always entertaining. But this game doesn't seem to be making him nervous, so I'm looking forward to playing with him.
The Anzac spirit a little bit earlier, and I just want to ask you to elaborate a bit on that, because there's a lot of emotion in this game with earthquake survivors and flood survivors coming along as well. So what is the Anzac spirit to you? Well,
it's mateship, isn't it? I know we're going up against each other tomorrow night, but both Australia and New Zealand been through some tough times recently, and we've seen that mateship with people helping each other out. So if the stadium's half full of New Zealanders tomorrow night, well, I think that's great, because Christchurch, there's a few people coming from over there, and these sort of occasions for a couple of hours at least help them sort of forget those moments, and if they come here and enjoy the game, well, that's great.
It's a moment to savour, and your illustrious career.
I said it the other day. For me, it's not time for reflection right now. I'm on the job, so to speak. I just want to do that well first. Towards the end of the year, when everything's said and done, that's when I'll sort of kick back and look at my career. Yes, it's my last game for Australia on Queensland soil, which I'm happy that there's going to be some people here that'll see that. But the most important thing for me is to just do my job tomorrow night for my country.
When you finish the game, though, will you look back with just a little bit as you're sort of going around the field, say you win perhaps, and walk around the field, just take it in so at the end of the year you can look back on it?
Yeah, I think I'll be doing a few laps this year. So, yeah, look, again, you know, that'll be to say thank you to the people, and you know, I really do appreciate their support. You know, that's, I guess, I won't get to physically say good day to everyone, but you know, again, I just want to say thank you to the people that have supported me through my career with the Australian jersey.
Darren, I know you don't want to get too reflective, but and I'm probably the only person in this room who's going to ask you about your mum. But I've got your mum on my program on ABC Radio tomorrow in the lead up to Mother's Day. And, you know, folks do a lot of things for kids when they're growing up playing sport. Now, you were out in Roma and Wandoan, and they were driving you hours to games just to play. Can you give me an idea of what your mum means to you? Because I'm going to play it, so just be wary of that. It's going to be played when she comes tomorrow.
She'll be driving to the Coomera train station tomorrow night, and then getting on the train and coming to the game. So, you know, and she's a bit worried about that, because it's not like going from Roma to Miles and getting out of the car and paying $2 to go through the gate. So I've got to organise the tickets at the collection. So there's a bit to it. She's a little bit worried.
I did wonder why you couldn't get her a Rockstar pass. I thought we could have got her a parking pass.
But yeah, she's been, well, both her and Dad have been, you know, very good to me over my whole career. I've got two younger brothers. They try to get to everyone's game, so which is impossible in some situations. But you know, my career's coming to an end, and I'm just happy that they're around and they're going to see that, because they were, you know, instrumental in helping me start my career.
Even your grandma, I think, is going to be here.
Yes, my grandma will be here as well. So Mum and Grandma will be sort of talking each other through how to get here.
Now, when I asked her, apart from the travel problems, when I asked her what she could expect on Mother's Day, she sounded a bit dubious as to whether you'd even show up. So what have you got planned for her?
Mother's Day,
to thank her for all of this.
yeah,
Sunday?
I think just catching up. You know, she's got a few grandkids now, so the family gatherings are a good time. So Sunday will be one of those.